Hello, everyone. Claire Jones from Clarifications Coaching. This is my next how-to video that I'm posting to help you guys navigate the world of business setup. So today I'm going to be going over Mailchimp. It's a really handy tool that I use for automated email messaging, and I recommend it to pretty much everyone that I work with as a way to easily send out regulated or automatic messages to your clients or audiences or family, whoever you really want to communicate with on a regular basis on a schedule. So this is a great way to do that with Mailchimp. So this is what it looks like when you go to Mailchimp.com. I'm going to go ahead and sign into my account. You can either go up here and hit login, or you can just click on it. It'll take you to the login page. So my stuff is already in there. So I'm just going to hit login. And then I'm going to show you how to create some campaigns and stuff like that. So I'm going to go to my regular audience list. So what you can do is you can pretty much create audience lists for as many different lists as you want. You will have to pay more the more email addresses you put in, but the free account generally lets you get up to, I think it's 500 emails that it lets you get up to. So I'm going to start with my campaign dashboard. This is what it looks like. I can also go to my regular dashboard to show you what it looks like. So this is the regular dashboard. It'll give you various reports and stuff like that, just to show you how your campaigns are doing, how your audiences are doing. This is a basic overview of my audience that I have and the audience change that I have on these days. You can see. You can also create landing pages through Mailchimp, which is really cool, or you can do just general campaigns. So for my last campaign, 110 emails were delivered and 28 of them were opened, which is 25% of the delivered ones. And it'll show you if they clicked on any links or anything like that, or you can see more detailed reports by clicking on that. So I'm going to go ahead and create a campaign to show you guys what that looks like. So you can see here, they have a lot of different things you can create. One is an email. You can also do ads. So it will automatically bring you to Facebook, Instagram, or Google ads, bring them back to your site, target your contacts, find a new audience, a lot of different things. And it looks like they have a lot of templates that you can try as well. Landing pages, that's if you want to create a landing page on your website to collect new contacts, promote a new product, or offer a discount. These are basically customized landing pages that you can create through Mailchimp in a way that is a little different from your regular website. You can also create postcards. You can do social posts, or you could also do sign-up forms. So today I'm just going to keep it simple and go with an email. And it's going to ask you for your campaign name. So I'm going to say announcing a new product, because that's something that, or new blog posts. Let's do announcing new blog posts, because that's often what people send emails for, is to keep their audiences updated on various new blogs they have, various new products they have, any kind of announcement that you have. I've even been working with some people who want to create regularly occurring emails for notifying leadership teams of meetings. So if you have a recurring meeting every month that you want to remind people of, you can set up an email reminder for that. It's really easy to just set things up. So I'm going to add some recipients here, and I'm going to choose an audience. So these are the various audiences that I've had. Coaching clients, I add people to once they have been offboarded from a various project. And this is just this is basically a series of follow-up emails to get client testimonials as well as referrals for my clients. My workshop waitlist is a landing page that I made for one of my workshops. We were concerned about too many people signing up and wanting spots, so I created a landing page to capture all of those incoming emails of people who wanted to sign up but couldn't find a space in that workshop. And then the clarifications coaching is my just general newsletter list that I have. And this is where I send my monthly newsletters. And I set it up so that they also get a incoming welcome message series when they sign up for my newsletter list. And that basically is a freebie report that I break out into 7 different emails that go into a series. And I'll kind of show you how that works as well. So you can choose the audience, and you can also choose a segment or a tag. So if you have various tags that you use to categorize people who are in this email list, you can decide to send it to a certain tag, but not all of the people in the list. So you can do a group or a new segment, or they have pre-built segments. So new subscribers, active subscribers, inactive subscribers. They have a bunch of different things you can choose, but I'm just going to do all subscribers in the audience right now. And you can also personalize the to field, and it will show you what that means. So you can add merge tags to display your recipient's name. So for example, if you use the fname merge tag, it will show up as to Bob if that's their first name as you list them in your audience. So when you put an email into your audience list, you can list their name, you can list what company they're from, you can even do things like birthdays if you want birthday messages to go out to them, all kinds of stuff. So it's really customizable for what you want. So I am not going to personalize the to field. For now, I will just save that as is, and it will automatically populate with the information that you provide it with, who you are and where it's coming from. That's in the setup section on the audiences. I'll show you that in a moment. So then we add a subject. What's the subject? I'm going to say announcing new blogs for, let's say, what's this month? September. Exclamation point. You can even add emojis in here. We can do the heart eyes. I like that one. Let's go with that. And then it'll even say how to write a good subject line. So it'll have a subject line researcher if you want to try different terms together, or you can say recent subject line performance. So that's my 4 last subject lines that I had for the 4 last emails that I sent, and it showed me what the performance rate was for those. So you can kind of just go off of those numbers. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. And then the snippet will appear in the inbox after the subject line. So this is where you give just like a brief intro. So today I will be sharing. They get a little brief intro into what the email is about. My latest blog posts. And I just do a ... Or you can do, this email is about this, or announcing new whatever. Will give them a brief intro into what you're going to talk about. So then we're going to design the email. So hit that, and it'll give you all kinds of cool templates and themes, all kinds of stuff. Ooh, look at this. I'm going to play around in here because I don't do that much. So I don't really want to do e-commerce integrations. You can do SurveyMonkey integrations. You can do newsletters. You can do notifications, photography, stationery, subscriber alerts. I'm going to go ahead and do one of these newsletter templates. So to show you the difference between templates and themes, these are the layouts, the basic layouts where you just plug and drop basic boxes that will show you various content. So that's just no colors, no logos, nothing like that. That's everything that you customize by yourself. Or you can go into themes and it'll have colors and logos and all kinds of stuff that you can play around with. So I'm going to go into here and do a newsletter. Let's see, which one do I like here? I'm really digging. I mean, I'm always drawn to the blues, so we're going to go with this one because it's pretty. Oh, I have to upgrade to use it. I see. I will use this one instead because I have the free account, so I don't pay for any of the extra features at this point in time. So, but they have plenty of free stuff that you could choose from. Street Artist Showcase. So this is the template that they've given me to work with, and I can customize it based on whatever I want to put in here. So these are all boxes that I can move around, and then these are all boxes that I can add in. So I'm going to change out these logos real quick. So you click on it to edit it, and this little pencil kind of icon right here means to edit it. These two boxes with the plus sign means to duplicate it if you want to make two of them. And then you can also delete it with this little trash can. And if you use these little dots on the left-hand side here, you can drag to reorder it. So it'll show you like you can drop it here, you can drop it there, you can drop it there. I'm going to leave it where it is though. So then it'll come over to the right-hand side and it'll give you a menu of what you can do with this block. You can work on the content, you can work on the style of the block, or you can work on the settings of the block. Now, each one of these kinds of blocks is going to have different things to choose from. So since this is just an image, it's just the image that we're working on in this block at the moment. So I could create a border if I wanted, solid, dash, dotted, double, groove, ridge, inset, outset, that kind of stuff. I could have rounded corners if I wanted. Let's see, if I hit the border, I can also choose what color it is. So maybe I want a pink border. Maybe I want an orange, kind of red. Excuse me. And then you can even choose how thick it is. So maybe I want like a 5-point red border. There we go. So it's a double border, or you can do a groove border, all kinds of cool stuff. So I'm just going to leave that as is. That looks pretty cool there. And then you can also do settings. So do you want the image to align to the left? Do you want it to align in the center? Do you want to align it on the right? You can all do kinds of things. You can even do edge to edge. So that's basically this margin of this block. So the content. So if you want to replace the image or put a new image in, you hit replace here. And then you can upload something. So I already have a bunch of stuff uploaded into here. This is basically my media library that you're seeing here. And I'm going to choose just a simple logo. Do I have a simple logo in here? I do not. So I'm going to upload one. Let's see, images and logos. And let's just do this old logo that I have. I will upload it. It's just a general black and white logo. And then you click on it to select it. And then you can edit it. You can view the details. You can copy the URL. You can set it as your logo. You can do a lot of things. You can delete it. I'm going to hit insert because that's what I want to do. So now you see it has that nice little border. It's in there. All kinds of cool stuff. So since it already has my name in it, I'm just going to go ahead and delete this block because it's not necessary. So I'm going to hit the little trash can, delete it. That's pretty cool. So I can also change this image back here. If you click on here, and I'm going to change it to, I don't have a plain image, do I? Let's see, I have some stuff in here as well that I can draw out. This was my old logo background that I had before I did rebranding, so I'm just gonna throw that in there. I really like these colors. That's why I chose it in the first place. Select it, insert, dun da da da. All right, so that border looks a bit weird with the red, so I'm gonna change the color on that just real fast. So I'm just gonna do blue or green. Yep, that looks cool. Save and close. So that's pretty much that. It looks pretty good to me. I'm going to move on. So this is a text block. So this is kind of where you can write out anything in your email that you want to say. Again, we have options for the content, options for the style, and options for the setting. So you can even do multiple columns in text posts. You can decide how the columns are split. Is it skinnier on one side or the other? I'm going to do one column for now. For styles, we can do different fonts. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can do different sizes, different colors, different styles. You can do different line heights. So maybe I want 1.5 spacing. And then you can apply it to all existing text blocks as well. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. So I'm going to say something along the lines of, today I am showcasing some of my latest blog posts, and I'm really excited to share them with you guys. I'd love to know what you think. Whatever you want to put in here. Dear so-and-so, this is why I'm writing you, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to show you all of the different blocks. You can do a divider here. I'm just going to change it to that green that we used up above to make it a little more cohesive. You can add padding to the top or the bottom here. You can make it a different kind of border. Since we used the inset above, we might as well use the inset below. So I'm going to save and close that. This is another text one that you can edit, like the one above. It's just in header styles instead of paragraph styles. So you can see that in the text editing box right here. You can do different headings. You can do inline styles, all kinds of stuff. Change the colors, change the highlights. Let's highlight it green. Why not? All kinds of cool stuff. So that's it. And then these are image blocks with a caption. So you can see the image at the top and the caption below here is included in the same block. So you can replace the image if you like, you can edit it, you can link it to a URL if you want to have it click to something in particular, and then you can edit the caption down here below. And then you can also edit the style, so you can edit size, font, borders. Maybe I want more rounded corners. That looks pretty cool. I like that. And then settings. Do you want the caption at the bottom? Do you want it at the left? Do you want it at the top? Do you want it at the right? Do you want it at the bottom? I think it looks pretty good at the bottom. And then do you want the center aligned image? Do you want a left aligned image? Or do you want multiple images too? You can do that as well. So I'm going to save and close that. I'm going to just round these corners out on the other ones because I liked the way it looks. So it was about here-ish. Save and close. Go over here. Go to style. Scroll down and find rounded corners. It was about here-ish. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. So these are another text box that you can edit and put whatever description you want down here. And if you don't want to have a separate text and image box, you can do an image and a caption box, or you can do an image card. And that's basically just a drag and drop here. And so it's the same kind of concept where you're going to have an image up here and text down here. And then you can just change the settings that it is. So if you want to have this not be, have a background, you can go to settings or style. I think that's where it is. Yep. And it'll show you the background. If you want to change the color on it, you can do that. There's all kinds of various customizations that you can use in here. So it's just a matter of playing around and seeing what you like. So if you want to add another image, you can just pull something from here. All kinds of stuff. So I'm not going to play around with that. I'm just going to delete it. I was just showing you guys what it looks like. And then down here we have another image or text block, and that's basically just a link. And so instead of doing a link, you could also do a button, which is one of the boxes available. That's, again, just a drag and drop kind of deal. And that just looks a little more buttony than these links down here. And so you can edit the button text. You can say read more instead. You can link to a web address. You can link to email. You can do an anchor link, a file, or a landing page. And this is where you put that, whatever it is. You can exit out of there. And then they have style, so you can change the background of the button if you want it to be pink instead of blue, or the rounded corners you can make even more round, you can make less round, depending on how you like it. You can change the color of the font, so maybe I want orange font, which looks very weird, or white font, bold, spacing, fonts, size, paddings, all kinds of stuff. Settings, you can do align to the left, align to the center. You can fit to the text, fit to the width, depending on what you like. So you can also do buttons instead of having these little text links. So I'm just going to go through these various boxes. So this is basic text without anything around it. It's, customizable, simple, easy to use. You could have box text, which just means it has a box around it instead of being alone by itself. You can have a divider, which is what this is. You can do an image, which is what these are. You can do an image group. So if you want to do multiple images in the same section, you can do that. Sorry, my nose is acting up today. You can do an image card. That's where you have the image and the text together, and that's boxed as well. Or you can do an image and a caption, and that's without the box. So that's where the text is just below without that background. You can do social media share. So if you want them to share something on social media, you can hit it up in the footer over here. So this is where you can put in your various social media profiles. So I'm going to make it white so that you guys can see it, the text style. I'm going to make it white. There we go. And then settings. Can I change the color of the icon? Yes, here we go. That's what I want. So what I was just looking there for is in the settings, you can show what kind of icons you want to use. Maybe you want it colored, maybe you want it black, maybe you want it white, maybe you want it gray. And I chose the white so that we can see it against this dark background down here. And you can do solid, you can do outlined, you can do all kinds of stuff. I'm going to stick with the outline. You can also do a list format instead of a side-by-side format. You can do a full width or a fit to size. And then you can change the alignment as well. For style, you can change the background color, you can change the border, you can change the button style, you can change the text style or the content. So for the content, you can choose to share either the campaign page URL or a custom URL that you determine. It's all kinds of different customizations. And then it'll show you the various links that you can provide. So Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instapaper, Google+, or forward to a friend. So you just choose one of these that you want to have the icon for over here. And then you hit share or whatever it is. And it'll share to Facebook or share to Twitter or forward that to a friend for you. All kinds of cool stuff. Or you can do a social follow. And that's your own Facebook, Twitter, or whatever URL that you want them to follow. So this is where you would put your business Facebook account, for example. So I could do facebook.com/clarifications coaching LLC. I think it's just clarifications coaching. So you can choose Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, Google+, Tumblr, Instagram, Snapchat, SoundCloud, GitHub, Vimeo, Vine, Medium, Reddit, Flickr, Dribbble, Spotify, Who's, Contact. I'm not going to pronounce that. RSS feed, email, or a website. And so you can add or detract as many as you like. Here's these little plus or minus symbols right here. And then at the bottom, you can add another service if you like. And the website will be automatically populated by what you told Mailchimp your website was. But unless you have it linked to your Twitter directly or linked to your Facebook directly or LinkedIn or Tumblr or whatever, you're going to have to fill it in yourself. So just make sure that you update these fields, though, when you put this block in there, because otherwise it'll just send them to facebook.com, which is just the general site that isn't really relevant to you and your business. So sorry, my webcam was falling there for a second. So save and close that. You can do buttons like I showed you before. You can put in footers, and this is basically the footer image stuff down here. You can see that it just puts in that required footer content that is required by law. So you have to tell them what your mailing address is, how to unsubscribe from the list if they're no longer interested, the copyright and the year and the company, just to like make sure that you're on the up and up. My stickiness on my webcam has been failing me in the last couple of days, so forgive me while I play around with this for a second. Okay, that seems to be all right. But this is all required by law. So this is to help with spamming and help with being put on email lists that you didn't sign up for in the first place. You know, a lot of people sell their mailing lists to other companies. And so if you end up on one spam list, you'll probably end up in a lot of different spam lists. So you can see at the top, it says we may automatically add your contact info into the footer block. Contact information is required in all campaigns to comply with the CAN-SPAM Act and international spam law. So it really goes into detail as to like why that's important. So you can also put in code if you have custom code that you want to put in. And this is basically like HTML, email basics, any CSS that you have, anything like that. So I'm just going to delete that just to show you where that is. Or you could do embedded videos. That's really cool too. And so if you want to put a video in the footer, then you can do a video URL. And preview images are generated automatically for YouTube and Vimeo URLs. So it's pretty cool if you want to embed something. You can also edit the style, edit the settings, all of that jazz. So that's basically it for designing it. So you can edit it as needed, all kinds of stuff. So at the top here, you can see a variety of options on the menu when you're in the campaign editor. One is give feedback, one is help. Preview and test is a really helpful one. So you can enter the preview mode to show what it will actually look like in people's inboxes. So you can choose the desktop view, the mobile view, or the inbox view. And it'll show you what it'll look like in the inbox here. And this is the desktop view. So this is what your email will look like on the desktop. You also want to look at the mobile one because this is really important because a lot of people look at emails on their phones now. So you can test out what it's going to look like. It's going to be a slightly different format because of the smaller screen. And so you can see how these images show up on the smaller screens because it's going to be different. So you can just scroll through that and it says this in an approximation. So it just likes to show you what it looks like. And then for the inbox, oh, I have to sign up for that. Well, they'll show you. So that's what preview mode looks like. And then you can even send a test email if you want to send it to yourself or send it to someone else to get it approved before it goes out. You can push it to your mobile. You can open a link checker to make sure that all of your links are working and set up correctly. And you can also add social cards if you want to add social media posts or something like that into your campaign. So you can also save it as a template. So that's just a template that you can always go back to and use again and again and again. And that's something that I recommend for something that's regularly recurring, like monthly newsletters or weekly updates, something to keep the template consistent throughout all of your communications. So I'm going to save and exit, and you can exit to a variety of different things, but I want to save and close to the campaign that I was working on previously. All right, so this is what it looks like. So you can share your campaign. You can edit the link if you want right here. Or you can connect it to Facebook, connect it to Twitter, connect it to Instagram, all kinds of stuff if you want to add a social post to your campaign. And you can either finish it later and save it as a draft, schedule it for later to send out later, or send it now. So I usually schedule these because I've found that emails are generally opened first thing in the morning. That's when people generally open their emails. So I try to send them first thing in the morning. So Thursdays and Fridays tend to be the best open rate days for my campaigns. And the reports in Mailchimp will show you what days work for you. So I try to do it that Thursday morning of the week that I make it. And I make it for like 8:30 a.m. And I'm guessing that people who get into the office around 8 have already been checking their emails for a while. And people who get into the office at 9 will see it when they get to the office. And you can even edit the time zone that it's dependent on, all kinds of stuff. And you can upgrade to do a variety of different things. And then you hit schedule campaign and it's just ready to go. And it'll go out on Thursday at 8:30 in the morning. All kinds of cool stuff. So I'm going to cancel because I'm not actually going to send this out. And I'm going to go back to my campaigns and show you, actually I'm going to start with audiences and show you how I've automated my campaigns based on the audience. So this is how you see your different audiences, and you can look at each audience individually or all together. So I'm going to view all of my audiences here. And I have 3. I can move them around if I like, add a person over here, see the stats for them, manage contacts, create a sign-up form for them, settings. Settings is where you're going to enter all of that footer information that you're required to provide. And that's like, you are getting this email because you signed up for an email list at this event, or you're getting this email because you're an existing client of mine. All of those unsubscribed footer email details are going to be found in the settings over here. You can import lists, you can export lists, and you can also combine audiences. So I'm going to show you how I automate these campaigns based on these audiences. So if you can see from Clarifications Coaching, if you click on that audience, it'll show you all of these contacts that you have, all kinds of cool stuff. So you can go back to the audience dashboard, and this will give you all of those basic reports and stuff, recent growth, stuff like that, predicted demographics, which is a paid feature, engagement. So 33% of the list opens it often, 14% of the list opens it sometimes, and 50% of the list opens it rarely. And these are going to vary based on what your engagement rates are like. Maybe people engage with you a lot. Maybe people don't engage with you as much. All kinds of things. So if you go to campaigns, it will show you the campaigns that you have for a certain audience. So you can choose to see one audience or all audiences. And I'm going to show you how I've created a welcome message automated campaign. So this is the welcome message that I have that automatically goes out once people sign up for my newsletter list. So I'm going to click on that. And you can see this report. 894 emails have been sent from this campaign. It's called a workflow overview. So if you want to create a automatic series, it's going to be called a workflow. And you can download this report, print it, share it, all kinds of stuff. Open rate, click rate, how many people have opened, how many people have clicked, how many people have unsubscribed from it. This is really important. So these are the workflow emails that I've created for this. And so this is a subscription confirmed, and then they get it, which is immediately after subscribed contacts join or are imported to your audience. And then the next one is 1 week after subscribers are sent the previous email, and you can edit this based on whatever trigger you want it to be. So I can see the reports for each of these, or I can just like click on them. And this will just show you the report for that individual email, show what people are doing on it, show the top links that are clicked, subscribers with most opens, all kinds of stuff, where they're getting your audiences from, some cool stuff. So if you want to edit it, you have to go back to your campaigns list. I'm going to scroll down and show you where that is. So this welcome message. So when you see view report here, you can also hit this little arrow and you can hit edit, which is how you're going to edit it. And this is the workflow that you can edit. So to pause and edit, you have to hit that, or you can replicate it. You can view the email, or you can view the report. And so it'll show you, you can edit the trigger here. You can edit the schedule. You can edit the segments, all kinds of cool stuff. So I'm going to go back and show you what it looks like. Oh, I'm going to show you through here. How about that? At the bottom, I think you can add a new email. Maybe not. I'll hit replicate. How about that? Replicate. Yep. Okay, here we go. New email. So you can use these to reorder, these 3 little dots to reorder an email in this workflow, all kinds of cool stuff. And you can edit the trigger here. It'll show you change the trigger. So you can have all kinds of different triggers. When the previous email was sent, if the previous email was not opened, if the previous email was opened, all kinds of stuff. Maybe there's an e-commerce trigger. So you can, if someone purchases a product from your store, you can have an automatic email get triggered from that. If they have a time since a subscriber last bought something, so if they haven't purchased anything from your store in a while, all kinds of e-commerce options. You can do campaign activity. So if they opened the campaign, clicked the campaign, audience management, if someone signs up, joins a group, leaves a group, you can have it be triggered, or you can be triggered by various integrations. And so I usually do workflow activity, and that's when the subscriber is sent the previous automation email in your series. So that's the trigger I'm going to keep. And then you can do a delay of however many hours, days, weeks you want. Maybe you want 100 hours. Maybe you want 2 days. Maybe you want 3 weeks. Depends on what you want. So I'm going to leave it at 1 week and hit update trigger. And then I can also design the email. So since I just replicated the previous email in the series, it's going to give me a copy of that. And then I just edit it to customize it. So name your email here for internal use only. Email subject you can change. The preview text you can change. The from name you can change. The from email. And then even Google Analytics you can combine into here. So I'm going to hit next just to show you what that looks like. Move my little face around here. I'm going to set that. There we go. Okay. So you can change the header. You can change the text here. This is just a regular text box. This is just a regular image box. This is a embedded video. So I have the URL over here, more text. And then these are the social ones that I showed you before. So like my Instagram for clarifications coaching, my website, my email, my RSS feed, my YouTube. This is wrong. I'm glad I looked that up. Save and close. Facebook, that's wrong too. Maybe I need to change those in all of these emails. Who Betty? Cool. I'll do that later. This is that footer that I was talking about. So when you go into your audience settings, this is where it draws that information from. So you can see these are merge fields like we talked about if you want to put the first name in for the audience member, the last name, all kinds of stuff like that. So that's kind of what it looks like to do an automated email series. And I'm just going to go ahead and delete that one since that was a test one. And then you can add another email down here if you want to do a completely customizable one, not in the same format as your other one. So I'm going to go ahead and delete. And Mailchimp is always good at this. They always want to really make sure you want to delete something before you delete it. So I appreciate that. Add another email down here if you want to do a general designed email. And it'll take you through all the same stuff, template. If you want to choose another template, I have to choose a subject. So announcing, whatever. Templates you can show here if you want to do that. Various themes, basically what we already went through before. Design. And this is if you want to make it from scratch. So you can save and return to the workflow. I'm going to go ahead and delete that one since we don't need that. So delete. All right, so that's pretty much Mailchimp. Let me make sure that I didn't pause that campaign. Okay, I'm getting lost here. Hold on. I'm just going to make sure that I didn't pause that workflow campaign while I was playing around with it. Nope, it's still sending. Okay, cool. So it'll show you sending here, whether it's sending or it's already sent, what the status is. So you can always check in on it and see what's up. Let's see. Yeah, so that's making emails. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, I'll be probably doing another one of these to go over landing pages since those are a little different, as well as those sign-up forms. So that's something that you would embed or link to somewhere if you want someone to sign up for a particular Mailchimp audience list of yours. So that's it for today. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I love showing you new things. So if you're interested in seeing more, follow me on Instagram at Clarifications Coaching or on Facebook at the same name, or follow me on YouTube if you want other kinds of videos. These are all going to be hosted on my Loom account because that's another great tool that I use for these. So please feel free to check that out. Leave any comments or questions below if you have any thing to add or anything that was unclear. And as always, I love you all. Take care, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Talk to you later. Bye.